The LGBTQIA+ community has always been a vibrant and integral part of society, even in times when it wasn't as visible or celebrated as it is today. This is especially true in the golden age of Hollywood, an era that sparkled with larger-than-life movie stars and cinematic brilliance. Behind the glitz, however, many beloved old Hollywood icons were part of this community, navigating a world where their true selves were often hidden away from the public gaze. Facts First presents Old Hollywood Stars You Didn't Know Were LGBTQ+. Marlene Dietrich. Marlene Dietrich, the German-born Hollywood icon, captivated audiences with her sultry voice and daring on-screen persona. Her career spanned from silent films to classic sound movies, with notable performances in The Blue Angel and Shanghai Express. Dietrich was ahead of her time, both in style and personal life. Known for wearing trousers when it was considered taboo for women, she embodied a fearless spirit. Her bisexuality was a well-known aspect of her life in her circle. Dietrich had numerous relationships with both men and women throughout her career, including a rumored affair with Greta Garbo. Despite the conservative times, she never shied away from living her truth, making her a pioneering figure in the LGBTQ+ community. Rock Hudson. Rock Hudson, born Roy Harold Scherer Jr., rose to fame as a quintessential American heartthrob in films like Magnificent Obsession and Pillow Talk. His charm and good looks made him a popular leading man, often paired with actresses like Doris Day. Behind the scenes, Hudson's life was marked by a struggle to conceal his homosexuality, a necessary facade to maintain his Hollywood status in a less accepting era. His private life was kept under wraps until the later part of his life, particularly during his brave public battle with AIDS, which he disclosed in 1985. His legacy is not only that of a great actor, but also as a figure who brought attention to the AIDS crisis and the challenges faced by gay men in Hollywood. Cary Grant. Cary Grant, born Archibald Leach, was the epitome of Hollywood charm and elegance. Known for his roles in classics like North by Northwest and To Catch a Thief, Grant's on-screen persona was that of the debonair, charismatic gentleman. Off-screen, however, his life was the subject of much speculation. His close and long-standing relationship with actor Randolph Scott was widely discussed, with the pair even living together for a time. Although Grant was married 5 times, the nature of his relationship with Scott led many to speculate about his sexuality. Grant's life, marked by a continuous effort to balance public perception and private reality, reflects the complexities of being a movie star in an era of rigid social norms. Greta Garbo. Greta Garbo, the Swedish siren, was known for her alluring screen presence and desire for privacy. Garbo captivated audiences in films like Grand Hotel and Anna Karenina. Her reclusive nature only added to her mystique. Her sexuality has been a topic of intrigue and speculation. She never married and was known to have close relationships with both men and women. Her independence and nonconformity to the typical roles of women in her era were as groundbreaking as her performances. Tab Hunter. Tab Hunter was the all-American boy next door of 1950s Hollywood. With his blonde hair and blue eyes, he was the ideal image of a wholesome American youth, starring in films like Battle Cry and Damn Yankees. But this image was carefully crafted, as Hunter was secretly gay. The need to maintain his heartthrob status at a time when homosexuality was not accepted or understood by the mainstream led Hunter to lead a double life. It wasn't until decades later, in his autobiography Tab Hunter Confidential, that he candidly discussed his sexuality and the difficulties he faced. James Dean. James Dean, an icon of teenage disillusionment and social estrangement, is best remembered for his roles in Rebel Without a Cause, East of Eden, and Giant. His brooding persona and untimely death at age 24 cemented his legendary status. Dean's sexuality has been a subject of much discussion over the years. While he never publicly labeled his sexuality, he was rumored to have relationships with both men and women, including Hollywood personalities like Pier Angeli and Sal Mineo. His openness about his relationships in his inner circle made him a complex figure in Hollywood history. Montgomery Clift. Montgomery Clift, a talented actor known for intense performances, rose to fame in the late 40s and 50s. With significant roles in A Place in the Sun and From Here to Eternity, Clift brought a new form of brooding intensity and vulnerability to film acting. He was privately gay, a fact he kept hidden from the public eye. Clift's career and personal life were marred by health issues and a serious car accident that affected his appearance. Despite these challenges, he continued to deliver powerful performances, leaving an indelible mark on the acting world. Ramon Novarro. Ramon Novarro was a leading man of the silent film era, known for his romantic and adventurous roles, most notably in Ben-Hur. Of Mexican descent, Novarro broke barriers as one of the first Latin stars in Hollywood. He was discreet about his private life, but it was known in close circles that Novarro was gay. Living in a time when such revelations could ruin careers, he navigated his personal and professional life with caution. Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford, one of the most prominent and enduring stars of the 20th century, was known for her versatility and strong, independent characters in films like Mildred Pierce and Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. Crawford's personal life was as dramatic as her film roles. She was rumored to have had several relationships with women, in addition to her multiple marriages to men. Tallulah Bankhead. Tallulah Bankhead was renowned for her husky voice, flamboyant personality, and memorable performances in both theater and cinema. Known for her roles in movies like Lifeboat and A Royal Scandal, Bankhead never shied away from controversy. She was openly bisexual and had numerous relationships with both men and women, including some of the biggest names of the era. Her openness about her sexuality was rare for her time, making her a bold and unapologetic figure in the entertainment industry. Sir Laurence Olivier. Sir Laurence Olivier, a titan of the British stage and screen, was acclaimed for his Shakespearean roles and versatile acting in films like Rebecca and Hamlet. Despite his numerous marriages, including one to actress Vivien Leigh, Olivier's sexuality has been a subject of debate. Biographers and contemporaries have suggested he might have had relationships with men, including fellow actor Danny Kaye. Hedy Lamarr. Hedy Lamarr, often touted as the most beautiful woman in film, was not only a striking presence on screen, but a talented inventor. Known for her roles in Algiers and Samson and Delilah, Lamarr's off-screen life was as intriguing as her on-screen personas. She was rumored to have had a relationship with Judy Garland. Her story is unique, combining glamour, intellectual prowess, and a non-traditional personal life, making her a fascinating figure in Hollywood history. Agnes Moorehead. Agnes Moorehead, known for her distinctive voice and versatility, was a respected actress in radio and film. Her most memorable roles include the mother in Mildred Pierce and Endora in Bewitched. Moorehead was rumored to have had relationships with women, though she left her personal life private. Now it's time to hear from you. What do you think about the hidden lives of these old Hollywood stars? Let us know in the comments section below.